I yield myself such time as I may consume.
The gentleman is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I rise today in support of H.R. 6. This is the Support for Patients and Communities Act that your Energy and Commerce Committee has worked on diligently for nearly 2 years. In my own case, in 10 roundtables throughout Oregon, I've heard from everyday people on the front lines of this fight in our communities. They are the victims, they are the families. They are medical providers and treatment advocates, they are local law enforcement, and they are first responders. They are our neighbors, they are our loved ones. Each of these people puts a name and a face to what I would say is the worst drug epidemic we have seen in America, the opioid crisis. I've heard from Oregon families. I've heard from Mike and Winnie from Grants Pass who have seen their loved ones struggle with addiction. It's Mike's sister who died. She was a nurse, became addicted and overdosed. He told me that at a town hall in a community forum. Their son struggles with his addiction to this day from a sports injury, starting with opioids, ending with heroin. We'll never know what could have become of the 72,000 Americans who died last year. Every 24 hours, 1,000 people go to emergency rooms overdosing from opioids. Roughly 115 die. I heard it from Paula, whose 2 sons and stepson struggle with their opioid addiction today. As a parent, I can only imagine what parents of children with opioid addiction must feel every time the phone rings. They think it may be that call. For the millions of people currently struggling with addiction, please know, don't give up. It's never too late to seek help. We stand with you. Mr. Speaker, this legislation is a product of months of bipartisan, bicameral work, 8 House committees involved, I think probably every member of this House, 5 Senate committees, dozens and dozens of members of Congress. And the faces that we came to know, the parents and the children whom they lost, Amanda Beatrice Gray being one of them, beautiful young woman, talented, struggling with her issues, overdosed on heroin heavily laced with fentanyl. We are here for them, Mr. Speaker. We are here from our neighbors, for our loved ones who deal with this crisis every day of their life, and in the great joint cause of those who lost. So, Mr. Speaker, with that, I'll reserve the balance of my time because we're going to hear from a lot of our members who have put so much work into this.
Gentleman reserved, gentleman from New Jersey.